Hello, guys. How is everybody? Thanks, Clock Family Ventures, for the Helping Hands for Cruising raid to my channel. I'm going to bring up a guest here.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Doing all right myself. You sound like you lost your voice.
I am sick.
It's
But
like,
we are going to make it through. I just might not be in everybody's live today, but just know that I will be with each and every one of you guys in chat, bouncing here and there. We've got some great channels all day long, and we are here to make sure that we raise some amazing doodles to make more people's dreams become a reality. And Kenny has a birthday to go celebrate after he is off his live streams.
actually, they've done gone.
Kenny,
Seriously, they've done gone.
why didn't you tell him that you would go with them?
I wanted to do this live stream.
Yeah, but you could have went afterwards.
Huh?
You could have went with them after.
That they had some other stuff they had to do.
Oh,
They had some other stuff they had to do. I posted on my community tab on both channels. My dad's birthday is today, and so
happy birthday to Papa.
yeah, he turned 73 today. But yeah, they had some stuff they had to do. So
I fell
the
asleep. I fell asleep with my makeup on. Can you tell?
no, I can't. It all looks the same to me. Yeah, I can't tell.
Oh my goodness. I am still tired. Like I feel like I haven't slept. And
Yeah.
that's my problem.
Yeah, and while Scott and Amber are out, they're actually I gave them some money. They're gonna get Dad some stuff and things. So
Awesome. Awesome.
I told him to tell him that I would call him later on today and wish him a happy birthday.
Yeah. Meg said I rolled from my chair to my bed. Meg, I totally get it. Totally get it.
Um, so for those that may not know, we are raising money for Helping Hands for Cruising, which is a charity organized by the Down Under Cruisers. It's to help someone that has never been on a cruise in their life, and whether it be due to a financial situation, disability, or whatever the situation may be. Hey, the astute tourist. Um, but it's to help uh, to send someone on a cruise to go and enjoy a once in a lifetime cruise vacation to get away from everyday life circumstances. So.
Yes, very much. Very much.
And Our goal for this cruiseathon is to raise 10K by the end of this cruiseathon, which it'll end uh, 12 midnight Monday, from Sunday into Monday.
Kenny, I shared something down below. If you want to share it on your screen, I'll play it.
Okay.
This is Donovan. I'm here with Helping Hands for Cruising. Last day of our inaugural cruise, we got to take a wonderful person for their very first cruise who's never been able to see the ocean or anything. And I got to tell you, we've had so much fun. I got to go on land with him at the different ports, and he just had so much fun. And I think he enhanced my version of what cruising is like also. I'd like to say, I think my favorite thing so far on this cruise was having him see the ocean for the first time. And he goes, wow, that's big. And I was like, let me tell you about the colors of the water and what that means. And then I tried to talk to him about, imagine all the animal life and the whales and the dolphins and the sharks and turtles all underneath this boat right now. It's all, the whole world is underneath us. And to see him just start to think and see a different way of thinking about things, man, it was so great. Later I heard him repeating some of the things I told him, and man, it just touched my heart so much. So Helping Hands for Cruising, that's what the number 4, helpinghands4cruising.org. That's a place you can go, you can donate, and you can bring that dream to somebody else. It's so important to give somebody who's been in one place for most of their life and never seen the world, and put them on a place that can inspire them to do so much more that they thought they weren't able to do. So you help me make a dream a reality. And I'll see you on the next one.
Lily, the answer to your question, it's already been answered. And no, they're not going on this cruise,
No.
Lily. They'd love to, but they're not going to be able to. However, I think here in
2025.
Well, no, I think they're actually going to take their parents on a cruise here pretty soon.
I think
So,
in like 60
that's what I was.
days.
Huh?
Isn't it like 60 days?
I think it's in April or May, is it? Or
That
I don't
I
even
can't
know.
remember.
I can't remember either. But yeah, they're gonna take Sean's mom and dad on a cruise, his sister on a cruise. Pretty much Sean and Alana and his mom and dad and his sister, and maybe a couple other people on a cruise. I don't remember.
Meg said their countdown yesterday was like 49.
Yeah.
Kenny, if you would just put me down in the basement for a little bit. I'm going to go make me something to eat and kind of wake up a little bit. I know you're on for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then when I'm ready, I will come. Or you know what? I'm going to go and I will come back in, okay?
All right, yeah.
I'm going to go eat. I'm going to go get myself cleaned up here, and because I'm just really dragging at the moment and I need to
understand
wake up a little bit.
I understand.
I just feel.
Hey, Lucky Dog Productions moderator, Sue. How you doing, Sue?
All right. I will talk to everybody later. Have a fantastic show. Love you, Kenny. And thank you guys all for everything that you are doing.
Yep. It's very much appreciated.
That it is.
Sorry, I wish I had the funds to help out. Good luck and God bless. Yeah, I understand. No worries.
Hold on. You are helping out. You're helping out by being it here with
Yeah.
all of us.
Yeah,
And
just be.
also, if you share us out on your community tab and your Facebook or anywhere else that may be, that is how you can help us out, even if you cannot donate. Did Michael Ann call me Lola? Oh, see you later, Kenny. I mean, Crystal. Okay, gotcha. I'm like, wait a minute. All right, Kenny, I will talk to you here in a little bit, okay?
Alrighty.
All right, have a good show.
I will. So anybody want to come up? You're more than welcome to do so. I wished I had a. Hang on a minute, guys. I'm back, guys. Sorry about that. Amber was calling from Kicking the Country. But anyway, anybody want to come up, you're more than welcome to do so. I wished I had a challenge to do. I remember last year, I did a challenge. It was where I had ate a whole bag of Pocky chips. If somebody donated, I think it was like a $50 or $100 donation, I would eat the whole bag and without anything to drink, and I lasted the whole time. But I don't know. I don't have anything like that to do. Hey, Michael Ann.
Hey, good morning, Sunshine. How you doing?
Doing all right about yourself?
I'm not too bad.
Oh, be right back. Fire alarm.
Oh no!
Going. Hope everything's.
Say somebody's dinner bell or breakfast bell going off.
Yeah. I hope.
Oh,
Anyway, the PayPal link is pinned to the top of the chat for donating to the Helping Hands for Cruising. Make sure that when you do donate, make sure it's U.S. dollars.
Yes.
But of course, for the ones that are donating, like in Australia, it's kind of hard for them to donate in U.S. dollars, isn't it, Michael Ann?
Probably, because I know what I was going in just looking last night because people were having issues, and when I go into it from my perspective, I only get Canadian or Aussie dollars. I don't get the option for U.S.
Yeah. So anyway, so for the ones that are living in the U.S., make sure you donate in U.S. dollars, and for the ones living in Australia, make sure you donate in Australian dollars. And
they lose money out on if you do in Australian dollars.
Yeah. But anyway, because see, but anyway, they'd like for you to donate in U.S. dollars. But yeah, and like I said, any donation is greatly appreciated. It could be $1, $5. It can even be 50 cents or even 10 cents. It all adds up.
Give up a coffee or your takeout for today and donate that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Whether it be your Dunkin' Donuts or your whatever. I would say Tim Hortons, but that's here and only in some of the states. But
yeah,
give up your Dunkin' or your Starbucks or whatever for one day and put that towards Helping Hands.
Yeah. Margie, you usually have to change it to US. Yeah, because when you first go into PayPal, it'll say AUD, which is Australian, and you have to change it to USD if you're in the States.
I know it's a bit
But there's also a PayPal out there that they've been sharing out that you cannot change it from Australian. It's set on Australian dollars only.
Yeah. So if you give a few more dollars, it brings that US up.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but so what was what was your best experience on the Carnival Horizon, Mike Wayne?
Other than meeting everybody, I think my favorite part was going on the golf cart thing in Bon Air. The 8 of us went on.
Yes.
Got to see a lot of things. And it wasn't a carnival excursion. It was separate. It was through a company called Bon Air Cruisers. But
yeah.
We were just in the south end of Bon Air Island. And from any point on that little tour around, to give you a little map, we were never more than 40 minutes away from the ship. So we could gauge our time. And it's like, okay, we don't have time to lollygag at this spot. That we got to get heading back. But we got back in plenty of time.
Yes.
Got to be with Kenny when got to the beach for the first time, and
yes, but and for those you may not know, like I said earlier on, I was just absolutely amazed on how that water would change color. It was like, wow, how cool is this? And I'm like, I'm like, what have I missed the last 28 years of my life?
All the different shades of blue and turquoises, and then it moves into the blues of the sky. And the beach in Bon Air, we're near the salt flats there. Just, they sparkled because of the salt.
Yeah.
There are different areas of the beach there that was just coral. when we went by the white slave huts there, that beach was just totally coral.
Yeah, I mean, it's just absolutely amazing. I mean, you'd have had to, for those that didn't get to go, you'd have had to been there to experience it for yourself.
Yeah, Lily, it depends on the port. I know when we were Aruba, we got there early in the morning, and we were there till like 9, 10 o'clock at night before we pulled away. I have a I have some nice pictures of the ship in the dark with all the beautiful lights. Other ones we didn't get there till like maybe 10 or 11 in the morning, and we were leaving at 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock. Um, I did look that up on. I should have it on my phone for the next one. I think maybe because I was looking at. In they the next one they arrive in. Okay, I get the right day here. Okay, they leave Tampa. The next day they're at sea. They arrive in Cayman Islands at 7 a.m. in the morning and depart at 3. They arrive in Mahogany Bay at 10 a.m. and depart at 6. They arrive in Belize at 8 a.m. and depart at 5. And arrive in Cozumel at 8 a.m. and depart at 4. It depends on the port. You know, if a person doesn't want to book an excursion, just wandering around the port because they have all the little shops and that, or when we were in Aruba, just going down the road there, there's all kinds of little shops along the way, and then we're down at Lucy's there.
Mm-hmm.
You guys stopped and had a drink there because it was hot. It was like 85 that day.
I actually, when I was in Aruba, that was where I walked from that long way, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, and I was with Dewey Ski that day, wasn't
it? Dewey, I think Alana was in there. That picture I have, and
yeah,
Lorraine.
And let me tell you, I was wore out, and that was the day. And later that evening, I was supposed to go to. There's this German restaurant in Aruba. Darian got a group of us together. Let me tell you this. I did not walk to that. I rode the wheelchair because I was wore out.
I bet you slept good that night.
I slept good that night, for sure. Danny D says, yes, King, I know all about it. I went on a Disney cruise when I was little. Don't remember where we went, but it was fun cruise with my uncle and grandparents. Yeah.
You know, part of me was wishing at the end of that cruise that I had a money tree that I could have picked some money off and went, okay, let's just stay on for the back-to-back because I wasn't ready to leave. But it was hard saying goodbye to the friends, too.
And your uncle almost won bingo. See, I didn't do any of the bingo. I did maybe like a trivia here and there, and I did the showdown and the deal or no deal, and I got to see the Halloween party and the Halloween costume party.
I've seen part of the Halloween stuff down by the atrium, but when they went to do the judging and all that stuff, we went off and did something else.
Okay.
I laughed at Rappy wandering around, and he was over there by you with his Jack Skellington.
Yeah.
Didn't realize that was Rappy till afterwards. Somebody said.
Yeah.
He turned his head and was like, "Oh yeah, it is." There were some interesting costumes.
But yeah, I had a good time. I don't know if you let's see. Let me see if I can um, share something here.
Sure.
Trying to see, but I don't even know if I can even, if it'll let me do it or not.
So the only time I've been outside of North America was to go to the Caribbean, because I live up in here. I've been along these states here, and the states down to Florida, and then I had a stopover in New York on my way home from Florida. So going to the Caribbean is the only place I've been to other than U.S. and Canada. Lily's asking what was your favorite port, and Meg saying, did you get any fun souvenirs?
I didn't really. The only souvenir I really got was where I had bought a T-shirt. I bought a long sleeve T-shirt.
You got that Carnival sun shirt, didn't you?
Yeah. And
I got a bunch of T-shirts. I got my Carnival hoodie, which is the warmest hoodie I've had. I've got a magnet pretty much in every port. And I got a shot glass at every port for the kids. But I kept this one from Amber Cove. Sun, sand, and a drink in my hand. Amber Cove, Dominican Republic. And it's got tie-dye on the back. And then there was a show, a shopping show on the Horizon. I don't know what they do on the Pride, but you sit during that, or you talk to the person that's running that afterwards, wherever they happen to be on the ship. Quite often, you get some information about the different ports, some of the shopping spots. If there's a Diamonds International at the ports, you can get a free charm. I thought it was in my little.
Hey, evening shade. Good morning, evening shade.
I don't know where to put
I'm going to show you this picture here. Okay. Have a good one, Lucky Dog. Thanks for coming by.
Might leave it in my bag here. Maybe it's in my souvenir bag. I still got things to go through. Not sure where I'm going to put them.
Here's a picture of my dad right here.
Oh, that one's cool. I like that.
This is a picture that Amber had sent me.
That is cool.
And hey, Lance, Boondoggle with Boomer. But for those of you who may not know, today's my dad's birthday. And he turns the big 7-3 today. And that's him. That was actually just taken, I think, just a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month or so ago, if that. It hadn't been taken long. But anyway, he's still in a rehab facility, and he's still got some health issues, but um, he they're trying to get his sodium levels, his potassium levels, his magnesium levels all leveled out and straightened out. And of course, I found out yesterday that place on his leg has like reoccurred again, and it's broke the skin again. Not sure, not sure how or why, but they're gonna work on that and try to get him, But other than that, I'm very thankful that that the Lord has allowed him to live 73 years. So,
Yep, every day's a blessing.
yes. But anyway, I decided to show you that picture, and if you get a chance, you can actually see this picture on both the Daily Dose of the Bible KJV with my name on it, and then you can also see it on the Ford Man channel, so as well, and it's also on my Facebook. So anyway, if you get a chance, feel free to comment and wish him a happy birthday.
I'll have a little something during
I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to that show.
I don't know what I did with my bracelet, but if you go to Diamonds International, you can get a charm bracelet, and then you get a free charm at each port that's specific to the port. I don't know what I did with it. Oh, my other souvenirs are right here. But then some of the, like, they gave us a piece of paper and told us what stuff you could get free. One of the shops, we got these color changing rings. You go out in the sun and they change color. Another one shop had bamboo stuff, and we got a bamboo lei from that. One of the jewelry stores got a free whale tail pendant. And then one spot in Aruba, I bought these little bracelets, and they were like 6 for $5 or something like that. So got some of those to give to some friends.
Yeah.
I don't know where I did. I got the charm bracelet, and I got a dolphin charm. So we went to the next port that had a Diamonds International. They ran out of the charm they were supposed to have, so I got 2 dolphin charms. So hopefully I'll add to that someday.
Yes. So make sure that you make sure that when you donate, make sure it's in US dollars. It's any donation is appreciated. And for those that may not know what we're donating for, we're donating to a charity called Helping Hands for Cruising. And for those that may not know what it is a charity organized by the Down Under Cruisers. It is to help people who has never had the opportunity to ever go on a cruise vacation, whether it be due to a financial situation, a disability, or whatever has hindered them from being able to go on a cruise. We want to be able to help someone that has never cruised before and be able to go and enjoy a once in a lifetime cruise vacation for a lifetime. Make memories, take pictures, videos, and make memories, and just to get away from everyday life circumstances.
Yep. the person and their caregiver go, that gives that caregiver
Yes.
a break for most of the part. No, they may still have to help get the person ready, but they can.
Yes.
They don't have to cook the meals. They don't have to clean because there's somebody else is going to, if you go to various spots on the ship or wherever, and the meals are brought to you. Every day, your room's cleaned up, fresh towels and stuff.
Yeah. No. So, yeah, that's one good thing about it. It's kind of like staying in a. I found out staying in a cabin on a cruise ship is kind of like in a hotel, basically.
Yep.
That they will bring you. At least most hotels that I've ever been in will bring you fresh towels, depending on ever how many days you stay in a hotel room. They will bring you fresh towels, fresh blankets, fresh pillowcases.
Yeah, you want for anything, you just ask your room steward, like, can I get some more hangers? Can I get a robe to use while I'm there? And they'll bring you a robe. Can I get whatever?
Yeah.
Caregivers can be also nominees.
Yeah.
Somebody that needs a break.
Yeah, Meg can put in the chat there. If you want to nominate a person, make sure you go to HelpingHands4Cruising at gmail.com.
Yes, I believe it.
Yeah,
you go to the website. It's right at the bottom of the website.
Yeah, you go to the website. It'll tell you how to nominate a person. It'll, you just submit a video and explain why you think this person would be a good recipient for a cruise, the person's name, and things like that. And then the board members will go over that video and determine whether that will be a good recipient or not.
Yep. I'm working on one. I got a video most of that. This has to be a couple minutes long. Just, a little bit.
I think 2 to 3 minute video, I think. Is it?
They say 2 minutes, but it's like, I think I'm a few seconds over, maybe. But they don't need like a 10, 20-minute video explaining that. They'll review, 2-minute video if they have more questions, and they'll contact you.
Yeah.
They'll ask more about it, and then they'll set up a time to talk to the recipient.
Yep.
Yeah, they must have never cruised before.
Yeah, that is one of the main. Somebody asked, we probably should explain who would be eligible, and that is one of the main eligibilities, is that the person has to never have been on a cruise before.
It makes sense. It can be a little over. They just don't want like a 20, 30-minute videos going on and on about the person. They just want, a brief.
Margie says her cousin went on a cruise, her honeymoon.
The souvenir they brought back was delivered almost 9 months later.
Yeah. Good morning, Juma Brown. Did I see her come in? Yeah, she came in.
I brought back, I don't know if I got to the cruise, could have been the airport, whatever, but I did bring him back a little illness, but it wasn't that bad. It was just more like an annoying cold that kept me isolated. Oh well, risks. Yeah. I also got this at the shopping from Effie. It's a little fun necklace. Come on, it's got all kinds of little things. A little tote bag too that says diamonds and
I'm gonna drop the link here. Anybody is more than welcome. Come up. You got me for the next until 12.
I also got T-shirts. Like I bought some few at the port, but they have some good sales on the ship too. Because it had, a couple of sea days they had them on too for $25. Yeah, that's why it's still in the package, Meg. That's bugging me where my bracelet is. Hello, Lorraine.
Good morning, guys.
That is, Margie. That is correct.
Can you hear me all right?
Yes, we hear you.
Okay. Did you get the link, Kenny, for tonight?
I did. I'll have to click on it later when your show starts.
No problem.
But I did get it. So how's your day been, Lorraine?
Well, I've been dealing with cleaning the house and I got to color my hair and do my makeup. Take a shower, get ready for tonight.
Okay.
Make sure all the animals are in their spots so they're not jumping all over the keyboard and knocking the microphone over, and
Yeah.
the spiel. Like they're in bed with me right now. I'm in bed. I just woke up. Like I got a cat on my chest, and I got all 3 dogs jumping around on my legs.
Yep. Thanks, Margie. Thanks, everybody, for the prayers and the birthday wishes. And he thanks you all very much, and I thank you very much as well. So.
Knock it off, you guys. Quit. Can you guys hear him?
Yeah. The growl there, like what?
Well, I got a Chihuahua who's trying to encourage my Boston Terrier to play. And the Boston's like, no, I don't want to play with you. You grab my ears.
I was lucky.
So that's what's going on my legs. I'm the dog park. The jungle gym.
They want their airtime too. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then I have a 12-year-old cat sitting right in the middle of my chest. And he's kind of heavy. And he's just watching the dogs like, yep, I used to jump around like that.
Now, Kelly's pretty good. Other than he decides when he wants out. I don't want to get up. And he's looking at me like, come on. But once I feed him and take him out a couple times, and he settles down for a while.
They'll be for a nap. About 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. They'll be ready for their nap.
Of course,
I'll be like 10 minutes, and they'll be ready in a couple of hours. When I'm worn out.
Sometimes I'm in the middle of a live stream, then he'll come in and look at me like, okay, I want out again.
Stop. It's the Chihuahua that's the instigator.
Oh, yeah, no kidding.
She's biting her paws now. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, they're 3 years old, 2 years old, and 1 year old. So they're all young dogs with lots of pep and poop.
Yeah, I was lucky. Once Callie turned 3, he settled down finally.
Hey, evening, Shade. You're more than welcome to come up on the panel if you like, because I know you said you've been wanting to come up on my panel. And now's a good opportunity to do so, because you got me until 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to drop a link here.
Now, Michael Ian, I'm thinking for some reason that was your first cruise.
Yes, it was.
So we're always asking Kenny his opinion about everything and his take on the ocean and all that. Well, what was your reaction when you saw the ship for the first time?
Well, we were coming from the hotel to the cruise port there. We ended up taking an Uber because our check-in time was the 10:30 to 11, and the hotel, the first shuttle was leaving at 10:30, and it was like almost a 30-minute commute. So it's like that doesn't work for our time schedule. So we went by Uber, and then we're driving along, and you're looking. Unfortunately, it was raining, and that we're looking, and it's like, oh, there's the ships. You can see them in the distance, and they were on one side, and then we go into this tunnel, and all of a sudden they're on the other side of you, and you're like right there, and they're huge. And we were, quick going through the check-in stuff, and
yeah, that was really, really quickly, and you didn't. Even I was kind of turned around and befuddled, and like I felt like I got whisked, like really quickly whisked onto the ship, so you didn't get that shock and awe effect.
Yep. So we got to go through the first.
Port Canaveral is set up so you get that anticipation, and you get to watch the ship come into view, and then it grows and grows and grows and grows and grows, and then you park in like a flat parking area. I had a rental car at that time, and I've taken a bus before, and so the gangplank is a ways away, and the terminal isn't really in the way of the ship. So you get that awe experience that,
Well, it was like when we seen it was kind of off in the distance, and then we went through this tunnel, and all of a sudden when you come out, the ship was on your other side, and it was like right there, and it's like, whoa, suddenly that's all up in your face and huge. And then it didn't take as much time to get through the security part, and then we went through the other part where I've seen videos of people waiting, but I went to put money on my onboard credit because I had cash, and that took me 5-10 minutes. Although you got to watch because they accidentally put it on Amy's instead of mine, so then I had to straighten that out on the ship, but that wasn't a big deal either. And then it was like walk up or go up the steps here, you walk around this way, and then all of a sudden you're going on the gangplank, the ship, and then all of a sudden it was like there, you're right there, and like there was the big atrium there with the beautiful funnel, LED funnel.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah,
that's cool. I think it's only on the horizon, and I think Vista they have them.
Yeah, the Vista has one, I believe, too.
I want to say goodbye to a couple people. Margie is leaving, and thanks for the prayers. And I want to say hello to Glorious Life on Wheels, and thanks for the birthday wishes and prayers for my dad's health. And Evening Shade, I have to switch to my laptop. My phone's going dead. Be right back. No worries, Evening Shade. We'll be here until 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I think at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I think it's the Moonlight Adventures.
I can double check that.
I do believe.
And yes, that Miami Port is hectic. It was like our Uber pulled up, and we're getting out, and we're getting whisked our baggage, and the porters are taking the big suitcases, and no sooner than we got on the Uber than people were trying to get in the Uber, and it was like, wow.
Yeah, they did that with our taxi too. It was like we got out of our handicapped taxi, and there was another handicapped person like ready to jump right in before I could even get pulled down, the ramp to the taxi, and then they're literally like throwing our suitcases here and there, and it's like, I got my medical stuff. You can't just throw my stuff,
Yeah, the porters are right there, and our big bags are going on there. Thank goodness we have bags and everything on ready. But we were cozy in our Uber. There was all our big bags were in the back, and most of our carry-ons were in our lap.
Hey, Captain Billy J is in the house. Ahoy, Captain.
Yes, Moonlight Adventures follows you.
That's what I thought. And then it's Roy and Becky, and then I want to say
Ocean to Ocean.
Ocean to Ocean, and then JJ at 3, right?
That's correct. Then the Astute Tourist, Captain Billy J, and then myself at 6. And then Lorraine follows me.
Right.
Yep.
For 2 hours, and then I believe I'm trying to think who's after me. Rick Waltz, I think.
Where'd you? Yeah. Where'd you? You till.
It is 10:40. You're an hour behind me, Evening Shade, because it's 10:49 here.
After you, Lorraine, it's Griswold Family Vacay, then World Wrestling Vlogs, and then The Adventure of the Traveling Mike.
Right, that's what I thought.
Oh,
so,
and then I'm sorry, Kenny, were you going to say something?
Yeah, everybody's got the schedule. All right, go ahead, Lorraine. I'm done.
Oh, so what do you think of the ports? What was your favorite port, Michael Ann?
I would say my two favorite were Aruba and Bonaire. Aruba, we just wandered around the port, and there was a lot of stuff like right there within walking distance. There was the mall, there was restaurants, there was all kinds of souvenir booths, and like they were really reasonable for souvenirs. I got a T-shirt for $6.
Right.
They got the bracelets. I got 6 of those for like $5 or $3 or something like that. And Lucy's retired surfer bar and restaurant or whatever. It was Taco Tuesdays. We had the tacos. You could have like beef was $1 a piece, chicken were $2 a piece, fish were $3 a piece, shrimp were $4 a piece, and the carnitas were $5 a piece. So there was a reasonable get that and a drink for less than $10 if you wanted to.
Right. Me and Lana, by the time we got to Lucy's, we were so hot and tired we didn't even feel well enough to eat a taco, let alone. Because we went later. We probably should have went earlier when it was cooler. But see, I'm used to that heat, and Alana is used to heat. But I kept telling her it's a different heat. It's a different heat. It hits you differently.
It was very humid.
Yeah. And the souvenir place, see, maybe I'm just disillusioned, but I lived 10 years in a tourist town, a beach tourist town, where we drove golf carts up and down the road, and all my kids worked at the really big super store souvenir stores for that town.
And then Bonaire, we did the golf cart tour with Kenny, and then
yes, that was the most.
I had gotten up for because I was supposed to go, but I didn't feel well enough to get up at 7, before and be there ready and down and off the ship at 7. And then I was, oh, there's your shirt. That's cool.
Oh, I got that for $6.
Wow, that was good.
Yeah, that morning.
Anyway, guys, the PayPal link is pinned to the top of the chat. Any donation is very much appreciated, whether it be 50 cents, $1, $2, $5, whatever you feel that you can give to this organization, Helping Hands for Cruising. It's an organization by Sean and Alana from the Down Under Cruisers. It's to help someone that has never cruised in their life, whether it be due to financial situation, disability, whatever it may be. To We want to be able to send someone on a cruise to get away from everyday life circumstances and make memories, make videos, pictures, make memories of a lifetime. Make a dream, make a
Make someone's dream come true,
make someone's dream come true. Yeah,
Yep,
make a dream of reality.
No, I've had like 3 different people that I could have nominated for to be on a cruise, and they were all quoting problems. Like one said, "No, I get really seasick." Another one said, "Oh, I have really bad knees," and another one's like, "No, no, no, I'm scared to death." And it's like I'm slowly like exposing them to, there's remedies. I'm 100% disabled. I can walk maybe 2 feet and then I'm flat on my face. I use my wheelchair. Not at home, huh, Ken? I go from furniture piece to furniture piece.
Yeah.
Smashing. Kenny watched me smash into a wall. He started laughing. That was an odd shape in that condo.
I've actually seen her actually get up and walk from chair to chair without. She's like holding on to stuff, but I mean, she'll grab here, grab there, and get around that way as well.
Oh, that corner going into the kitchen. I must have slammed into that corner about 5 or 6 times head first.
Oh no.
But see, I'm stubborn, like really stubborn. I'm supposed to be in my wheelchair. I'm not supposed to even try to walk because they're afraid I'm going to break a hip or break my arm, or I fall almost immediately when I'm up. So they're just like, just give it up and sit there, and it's like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Hey, you're attacking bones.
But on the cruise ship,
from the Disney,
it's very accessible to wheelchairs, and you don't have to be afraid.
This Life on Wheels, very much appreciated.
Yeah, they have accessible rooms, and you had one, and Kenny had one, and
yeah, I wish they had Kenny. We should have swapped Kenny. You would have been closer to Sean and Alana, and then that way I would have had that big window that you never opened the curtains and looked out the damn window to look at the ocean going by. I'm like, why get him a room with a view when he keeps the frigging curtains shut? I was like pissed. I'm like, dang, it's the same room, but he got a freaking window he's not even using.
Yeah.
Well, there's a secret balcony there. He was probably afraid somebody was going to peek in at him.
Yeah. Yeah, because most of y'all know I go commando all the time. Except I got clothes on right now, but...
That's not their fault, Kenny. You can't blame them.
But, yeah.
Yeah, I was definitely jealous of your room, Kenny. I was going to fight you for it.
Well, he was right on the Lido deck, too, so he was right there handy to the buffet, to the pool, to a lot of things.
Everything was on that one floor.
I had to deal with the elevator all the time.
They're a challenge.
Yeah, try in a wheelchair.
Yep.
And people, well, I have to tell you, it surprised me. The people on the Carnival cruise, the passengers and staff, but mostly the passengers were more polite than when I took the Disney cruise. On the Disney cruise, they can't keep track of their own elbow because of their kids and everything going on and everything, and they'll walk right over you. But on the
Yeah, I
Carnival
got to
cruise,
experience when
yeah,
when Lorraine kept saying that in Disney people are gonna walk all over you, gonna get in your way and all that stuff. She wasn't kidding.
that actually wasn't that bad. Rebecca and I had our last trip before that trip was horrendous. I had a guy beat me, pick up a double stroller, and smash it into my legs because he wouldn't let me cross in front of him.
Wow.
Right in front of a security guard, not a cast member, not a security guard. And it was dark, so the girl was by herself and she didn't have a walkie-talkie to call security. But the guy actually smashed my legs with a wheelchair. But on the cruise ships, like Disney, it was when I went on the Disney cruise ship, it was more crowded, I believe.
Hey, Timmy Ray.
I can only imagine because we sailed by, was it the Disney Wish or the Disney Dream when we were leaving port there. And it was huge, and there was people, this huge amount of people just waving to us, and I was like, yeah, I wouldn't want to be on that one right now.
I won't be.
Really, really crowded. The thing that the Disney cruise does do is they partition off with duct tape, duct tape or masking tape, where the handicapped people are supposed to park so that they can see all the deck shows and the dance, on the Lido deck when we had a dance party, all the handicapped people had their own cordoned off section, so we could dance and party without other people tripping on us or falling on us or whatever, which was pretty good that Disney did that. I thought that was pretty good.
Did you want to answer Evening Shade's question there, Kenny?
I will not be on anymore today after this shift. I end at 12. I go to Moonlight Adventures, but now I will be in on other people's live streams.
You'll be on mine, Kenny.
Yeah. I'll be on other people's live streams and in chat and things like that. So,
yeah, a whole bunch of us have volunteered to take on time slots and rotating it. And we help each other out.
And I will not be on tomorrow at all as far as my channel, but I'll be here again. I'll be on other people's live streams tomorrow as well.
Yeah.
We try and work it so at least one board member is on a show, at least if not up on panel, then in the chat for any extra help or advice and all that.
Yeah, to have there to answer questions that might come up that pertain to things we might not know.
Even if we don't know the exact answer, we know where to get it real quick.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah. Now, Michael Ann, if you were a recipient, what's your take on the support and the camaraderie and coordination that Kenny got? What do you think of the next people like James and Cindy and all that? Do you think the board members and the group as a whole are very supportive and
they were
accommodating? And
they were very organized. That different people were going to, I don't know if they take care of Kenny, but watch over and make sure he gets to places, or keep him company, or make sure he got his food, breakfast in the morning or whatever. Make sure
well, like even you, did you feel? I know you knew like Crystal and there's people you already knew because you're the Golden Girl. But there was people that you didn't know. Did you feel welcomed and?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Got to know. I got to know the board real quick. Like I've seen them like this way, but getting to know them in person real quick and sitting down and having a meal, even at the meetups and that, got to know people. Yeah. And very welcoming, very helpful.
And also what I liked about it is everybody was the same as you see on screen.
Exactly.
Not me. I'm not the same.
No, she's horrible.
I'm a grouchy old fart who likes to throw furniture around.
It was a great experience, and anybody that has the opportunity to get nominated and go on the cruise, and they're so helpful to make sure you're well taken care of, and that you have any questions, they help you out.
Yeah, I think so. I wish there had been more time on the ship. It was like a friendship that you were just starting to get to know people, but didn't quite have enough time.
Exactly. That last night and going, you made me have to leave in the morning? I don't want to go. I don't want to leave these people.
Yeah.
Disembarkation is always not fun.
Well, Kenny had that. See, we had a kerfuffle happen with our handicap rental vehicle that we rented. It wasn't ready, and they couldn't take a split payment. And then the one that was ready went somewhere else, and then we had to wait for another one to get ready. And then they still couldn't do the split payment until they got a manager in, and the manager wasn't scheduled to be on that day. Even though I had rented that and figured it out and put a deposit 6 months in advance. So Kenny and I waited outside with all the luggage. We must have had like 20 pieces of luggage. And we're looking like homeless people with our whole life, our whole houses in our luggage, out in the sun, waiting for Rebecca to take an Uber to go get the van to come back to have the porters literally shove us in our own rental van, like to get rid of us. It was like, wow, Kenny, that was quite and it took, 5 hours? We were there like 5 hours.
Wow, that's unfortunate.
And we had plans of going to the Coral Castle, which is just south of Miami, with Kenny. Or if we wasn't going to do that, we were going to do another thing. It's kayaking in water that's iridescent at night, fluorescent at night. So as the kayak goes through the water and you paddle, it shines a bright blue. The water, the paddle, and is cool. So we had like stuff planned that we had to cancel. And we didn't even get to bring him to Denny's. He's like, I want to go eat at Denny's. By the time in the van, it was like, let's just see that we ended up at Burger King. And that wasn't that great either. When we planned on sitting down and having Denny's, because Kenny never had gotten Denny's.
Yeah.
I would say just the disembarkation was a little bit more chaotic than getting on, but it was trying to find our luggage took the longest.
Well, I
And then going
had
through customs.
Kenny had this piece of luggage that looked exactly like this other guy, and this other guy's name happened to be Kenny, and he was handicapped too. So we're fighting with that Kenny over the luggage that we thought it was Kenny's because it was a Kenny, and then finally Rebecca read it and said that's the wrong address. You give him back his luggage.
Yeah.
And we were trapped there too, like at the turnstile where the luggage comes off the conveyor belt. We couldn't back up, we couldn't go forward, couldn't move. We were just in a jumble. And I'm leaning over my wheelchair chair, almost tipping over, because Rebecca had to do something else. And I'm grabbing all the heavy luggage off of the conveyor belt from my wheelchair.
Amy was saying that was kind of confusing with the conveyor belt thing because she's gone to other ports where you came off and they had your luggage and like we had the disembarkation numbers and they had them in those kind of things where it's like, okay, all number 21s are here, 22s are there, 23s are there, so you can just go over, but sitting there waiting for it to come off the conveyor belt. But once we got there,
I think it was just that port, Miami port, and just it was still, we were coming off of a lot of luggage issues with the airlines and everything. I just think it was a tumble over, you know, like an after effect of lost luggage and lost people. And because I've been through Cape Canaveral a lot and it's so much easier, you know.
Hey V, call me V. Hello, beautiful people.
And for those that haven't cruised before, you have two options when you're disembarking. You can take your own luggage off, but then you're going to try to get your stuff and you might not, well, the elevators are going to be busy, so you might have to carry your luggage down the stairs if you have big suitcases and stuff. Or they can take your big luggage and you actually put it out the night before, so it's all loaded up and then you pick it up after you get off the ship. So there's two options there, but
that elevator only fit me by myself. It was so small.
Yeah, I mean, her wheelchair would take up a whole elevator.
Yeah. And they're so busy, like you go try to get, I know even able-bodied people try to get in the elevator and you've been waiting for it and all of a sudden the door's open and you're going in and and your brother's going in. It's like, no, you're supposed to pick your floor and take your assigned elevator because you pushed the button on the horizon and it said, okay, your elevator is number L. So you go over to L and wait, or your number V or letter V or whatever. You go wait there. But
People were running, yeah, they'd run and jump on that elevator even, and there was a designated handicap too. Like if you press the handicap button, it would be a handicap elevator and people had to expect that the handicapped person needed room. It was like every time I got on or off, I had to fight people because the type of wheelchair I have, it's zero rotation, zero gravity, like, yeah, the way it
turns on the spot there, kind of.
Yeah, like one of those zero lawnmowers, you know, and
John
so the wheels were running over people's toes because the wheels were turning to face the right way for me to back up from going forward.
Yeah.
So the wheels swing out and turn around.
Captain Billy J says Carnival gave up on those elevators that aren't on the new ships. Interesting. Well, if they've got their toes run over, it's their fault. But anyways.
I actually wouldn't mind trying to see what the Carnival celebration is like. That newest cruise ship that just come out.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to go that big.
I don't mind the size of the cruise ship. I I mind the accessibility for me is an issue.
Because I've seen this picture. The
Oh,
horizon,
wow.
the horizon is the little one. The celebration is the big one. I'm like, holy smokes!
It's a city on the ocean.
I'm like, yeah, I think I'll still to the horizon size, like the Vista class and lower.
The horizon was good. You could get from the front to the back within a few minutes without, once you get to know the ship. See that again. If you go on a short cruise, you don't even get to know where you're going by the time it's time to get off.
Well, and on the horizon, trying to remember, it's like, oh, to get to that dining room, I have to go up here and across on this floor, and then back or deck, and then get back down here. Or
Yeah, I didn't like that.
or I'd be on the one end and going, oh crap, now I'm gonna go through the casino again. I kept forgetting I don't want to avoid that spot for the casino because it was smoky in there. So it was like, okay, I'm gonna go down here or across there, but just when you got to know stuff, it was like it's the last day. And I can't imagine we got a bigger ship going. I never get to.
Yeah, an 8-day cruise.
Captain Billy. Captain Billy.
Smoking wasn't bad, but the other smoking section was just before the children's pool area. And the wind blows all that smoke back into the children's area. That bothers me.
That's a little messed up, but
that is totally messed up.
Kenny?
Captain Billy J, I'm trying not to ignore the chat. I'll be doing, Captain Billy J says, I'll be doing a back-to-back on Carnival Celebration in October, 14 days. Wow. And John Chalker, I got these headphones at Christmas time this past Christmas back in 2022. As a matter of fact, the people that I'm staying with, Kicking It Country, they bought them for me. And no, they're not wireless.
We found that out last night.
Yep.
You got disconnected.
Kenny's connected 20 ways for Sunday. He was more hooked up than Papa with all the medical machines.
Yeah. Well, Dad's not really hooked up to any medical machines, so.
No, I meant before.
Yeah, so see, these are not wireless. See?
No. It looks like there's quite a few connectors.
You got disconnected that connector right there by his hand, and then he was trying to find the right connection to plug back in, and it took him a moment.
And somebody asked me, said, how many connectors you got? And I'm like, well,
yeah, when you go to the elevator, you're supposed to push it the number of times the number of people. That was different. And Lily's asking how V is feeling. I hope she's feeling better.
Yeah, I hope you're feeling better, V. John says, I heard about the Carnival Celebration. My friend went on it and said it's very big. Yeah, it is a very big ship.
So they're measured by tonnage, and the Horizon was like 133 or 134,000 ton, and Celebration's like well over 200,000 ton.
Yeah, it's a double.
The XL class.
Yeah.
I was have to say we had an amazing cruise director.
Oh yeah, Cookie was fabulous. He was a lot of fun.
And he took the time to get to know how to get to know so many people, but it seemed like he took time to talk to us, and
I was wondering, did he have like a tablet that told him who people were before he even walked up? Because I'm sitting on the Lido, eating, And he walks up and he goes, "Hey Lorraine, how you doing? You having a fun time? I saw you dancing on the dance floor the other night and blah blah blah." And I'm like, who in the hell is this guy? Because I really hadn't. When you're in a wheelchair, you can't see the cruise director. It's like the last person you can see overheads and around people and see what they look. So to me, it was just this big guy, stranger, walking up and knowing my name and saying, "Hey, you having a good time?" I'm like, "Who the
Exactly.
heck is this?" I didn't even know. And then when I met him again later on, I says, "I really want to apologize." And he says, "Well, why?" And I says, "Because I just thought you were a random guy walking up."
The energy that guy has. But we still have
Yeah.
to talk to him after one of the shows because Amy found out that he had worked at the Outback in Amarillo at one point in time, and then she knew something else about where he had worked or something like that, or somebody he had worked with. So we talked to him after a show, and the next time every time we seen him, he was stopping and talking to us about different stuff.
Yeah, very personable. I mean, not that they're not supposed to be personable, but just on the ball all the time.
Yeah, Captain Billy J. saying Cookie's one of the best Carnival Cruise directors. I've watched
Yeah.
a couple of the other ones, and the ones that I've watched are going to be the XL class ones in the near future, or they are moving into the XL class. So I watched original videos about the Horizon. Donkey was the cruise director, and I thought, oh, I'd really like to meet him, but he's moving up to XL class, and Cookie will eventually be moving up to XL class in the near future. And
We're gonna miss all the good ones. They're gonna go up
I watched
bigger trip.
I watched a little bit with Lee on another one.
So sadly, that's probably going to be my last cruise until I'm trying to get to Australia for the cruise with Lilana and Sean in 2025. But it's hard to know.
Yeah. That's the same way with
ever
me.
be able to get that amount of money and do what I need to do with my life right now, and then my health. I every day is a challenge, so I never know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the same way with me. That's the reason why I don't know. I've said multiple times, I don't know when I will be able to cruise again. Because
I think the only way that you get to go soon would be with a group and everybody helps you out, kind of. Like double occupancy, and you bunk up with
yeah,
someone.
yeah.
I don't mean charity again. I mean creative ways of financing. Like,
Yeah, because I've got some things that's come up and that I need to work on too before I can even think about trying to save up for another cruise. So,
well, I'm in the same boat, Kenny, as that. Yeah. I got to build my bus because where I live, we shouldn't even really live here either. Our living conditions are not as bad, or about as bad as Kenny's was. And then our income is less than Kenny's and Papa's. So
yeah,
we definitely come up with creative ways of managing.
yep. Because I will say, cruises aren't cheap.
Well, that's why we have this charity for
Yeah,
people like Kenny, like us.
yeah,
Yep.
That's just way beyond our means. You know
Yep.
what I
yeah,
mean? Just way beyond anything we could even think of. Um, you know, so Rebecca's been my caregiver since the hurricane, since we lost everything,
yeah,
and I've been real sick, and so family helped out, and we had savings because I was saving for my bus, and now we're starting again from zero again. But
yeah,
it was definitely worth the effort, worth the money we spent you know, to do what we got to do,
yes,
and now we just got to start from scratch again. Just kind of like you, Kenny. You know, start from scratch, keep your chin up, and
yeah.
work your way forward.
And answer.
Lillian says, if you nominate someone, do other people see your submitted video?
No, not unless it would be for advertising, and that would only be would give if we were given written permission, like a contract saying that we're allowed to use your submitted video, and the recipient has to agree as well. We That's for private viewing, just to uh, vet people, and
Just
if
the members of the board
we
would see it.
yeah, just the board sees it, no one else, no one in the group, just the board. The board's a private. There's 10 of us, and just or I think 10 of us. Maybe there's 11 now. Um, well, it was like an even number, now it's an odd number, or it was an odd number, and now it's an even number. I forget. Um, it's for our eyes only, and the board is a private. Does all the meetings in private, just like any other corporation or you know government body. Um, but if we wanted or needed, it would be up to the board to request it be used for advertising,
Yeah,
which we really haven't gotten to a point where we're doing that, except with Kenny. Kenny's given us permission to use his voice, his likeness, and all of his digital experience that people have gathered.
yes,
Right, Kenny? That was what you said from the beginning, is you wanted to encourage and
yeah.
promote,
Yeah,
and
I
that
want to encourage anybody that has never gotten to experience a cruise in their life. I want them to be able to go and enjoy the exact same thing that I got to enjoy. And um, and because like I said, there's plenty of food on a cruise ship. There's plenty of activities to do. Let's put it this way: you will never be bored on a cruise ship. There's plenty of things to do on it. I mean, there's actually so much things to do on a cruise ship you can't get to everything. I
Exactly.
mean, you can't even get to everything that you'd like to do, and so yeah, it's um, and here again, guys, if for those that may not know what we are doing, we're doing a cruiseathon for a charity called Helping Hands for Cruising, and that is a charity organized by the Down Under Cruisers. It's to help someone like myself or anyone that has never had the opportunity to ever cruise in their life, whether it be due to financial situation, disability, whatever it may be. that has hindered that person from being able to go and enjoy a once in a lifetime cruise vacation. We'd like to be able to send someone on a cruise. And the idea for this charity is to eventually get 12 recipients, one recipient per month, on a cruise somewhere. Um, so that would be there's 12 months in a year, so that would be 12 recipients in a year, and we'd love to see some uh, uh, recipients go on a cruise each month. So, um, and it's to get away from everyday life circumstances and to be able to enjoy a cruise vacation, make memories, make someone's dream become reality. Um, Hello, Moonlight Adventures. And speaking, Moonlight Adventures is coming right up at the top of the hour in 30 minutes. And make sure you go over there and put hashtag HH4C, which stands for Helping Hands for Cruising.
Well, look at that! I just got a nomination for notification for their.
Yep. Lillian has a question. It says, can you nominate a couple and nominate someone else, or can you only nominate one or the other?
A couple like a husband and wife. If one qualifies, usually the other one qualifies by default as their companion, caregiver, chaperone, whatever you want to call them, whatever they call. Like James and Cindy. James is in a wheelchair and Cindy's got, is his second half, she's, I don't want to say his caregiver because he's like me, he's really independent and doesn't need a lot of help, but it's double occupancy on Carnival cruises, so yeah. It's really not much more money to have the second person go along. And with when it comes to Scott and Amber, it's because they've opened their home to Kenny. They've given Kenny when they don't have a lot of their own to give. They've give love and care and open their hearts and their home to everybody, and they're very loving and caring people. And they don't have the finances to ever be able to go on a cruise. They're just getting by with working the way they are and living the way they do. They barely get by. And to take in a whole nother person is a giant expression of love and commitment. So, yeah. So, and they're not like just keeping Kenny for, X amount of time and saying, well, Kenny, your time's up, you got to get out. They would never do that. Never, ever. So, Helping Hands for Cruising is a community of like-minded people who believe that through charity we can make this a better world, and that we are brothers and sisters and family, and that we support and help each other above and beyond just giving them a cruise. We're invested in being their friend and talking to them and loving them throughout our lifetimes. So to think it's just a one little charity is cutting it short, for sure.
Evening Shade said her donation was converted to Australian money. Did she go to the right place?
Probably not, but it doesn't matter at this point. It will all wash out in the end. We have to do a little more work on making sure that when you press PayPal or credit card or whatever, it's always in American. But
Hey,
we haven't
Nippy,
gotten all the kinks out of that yet, and so at this point, whatever gets donated gets donated. There should be only one linked, but evidently there's two links and each one says something different. So
the one that I posted, you should be able to change it from Australian to US dollars. The charity, like Meg said, the charity is based in Australia. That's the reason why it converts to Australian.
oh, you use your own PayPal link, Evening Shade. That's why.
Yeah.
No.
You use your own PayPal link. That's why I did that.
I'm sorry, Lillian. I didn't mean to confuse you there. Yeah, you can nominate your sister-in-law and then another person. But when you nominate your sister-in-law, in the video, make sure you're intending the husband to go along as well.
US dollars worth more than Australian. That is why it shows more for AUD.
Yeah. They prefer the Australia or the USD donation because when it converts to the Australian dollars and then turns around when they go to pay it, the cruises which are in American dollars, they're losing money. So that's why they want you. That's why they're asking for USD. So it's a little bit more in Australian dollars because.
Yeah, sadly, right now we're looking into an international banking system, so that won't be happening. It won't incur any charges at all for the conversion.
I would love to cruise, but it takes a lot of saving because when I'm looking at what the dollar's worth Canadian to American, when I went on the cruise, I was paying $1.40 Canadian for every American dollar I exchanged. So
yeah,
big difference.
I feel bad. Sorry, I feel bad, Michael M. When I go to Canada, it's like I'm winning the lottery because I get so much more bang for my buck.
The dollar's better right now, but still not where I'd like it to be. Yes, Penny, what were you saying?
I was gonna say you can. Canadians, when they come over here, they have in the States, you all have to exchange your funds into US dollars, don't you?
Yep. Well, unless we're using a credit card, but then when you use a credit card, depending on when that processes, it could be this amount or it could be this amount, depending what the exchange is that day.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it fluctuates every day. Sean and Alana were going through the same thing.
Yeah. And that's why they can just up and take time off and then travel back here for the next cruise and the next cruise kind of thing, because it cost them a fair amount just to come over for that cruise.
For them to come and spend the amount of time in America and then go on the cruise, and do everything they got to do costs almost as much as what it cost me to go on the cruise and then take the 2 weeks to take Kenny to Disney and get home. So I could have
Nick
went to
P
Australia.
says, yeah. Nick P says the U.S. dollar is $1.07.
Yeah, that's 7.707 is a lot different than $1.41. It was costing me for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at a video that someone was getting. They live in Canada and they were getting gas, and it was almost $6 a gallon because it was 3 something a liter or something like that.
We're at, last I looked was like $1.44 a liter. So you multiply that. A lot of times people say times 4, but like 3.7 something. So it's 3.8.
Yeah.
So that's like 5 something a gallon, like 5.40 or something a gallon, or 5.20 I think. But then you look at the conversion from Canadian to American too. It's like it's cheaper for us to go over still with the exchange and all that and buy U.S. gas. Not much, but still a little bit.
A little bit. It's lucky when you're right on the border that way.
Well, unfortunately, I don't have a vehicle. Mine died like 2 years ago, and during the pandemic and everything else. Like, nope, don't have it.
I know, that's why I didn't get my bus. I saved for 5 years to get my bus, and it was supposed to be X amount of money. And then the pandemic happened, and I went to go to buy my bus, and it was 3 times what it was had I bought it 2 years earlier. And then it's like, forget it, I'll just go on the cruise and go to Disney and wait for this whole fiasco, money, gas, inflation, blah, pandemic to go away. And now the buses are back cheaper
Mm-hmm.
than the original one I was going to buy. So I'm actually, it's going to take me a year to buy something that I had saved 5 years for.
Yeah, I like it limits me getting around. Like I can just pop over the border or go here or there, but there's the bus like the city bus. There's the transit bus. I can walk. I can take a cab or an Uber. Quite often, I just ask a friend if they're going to be busy. Can I borrow your car or can you give me a ride here? Because I don't go a lot of places. So looking at the cost of what it might cost me for the bus or an Uber or something like that is a lot cheaper than making a car payment, insurance payment. So like,
Yeah, you're saving money.
I'm okay right now.
No, I know. When it comes to gas, insurance, car maintenance, car payments, all that, as long as you can manage to get around, you're saving yourself money by not having a vehicle.
But thanks to the help of some friends, I got to go on a cruise, and that was a big deal because I was happy to be on the inaugural cruise and be able to see Kenny experience stuff and meet all these YouTubers and supporters in person.
Well, I know everybody was really happy to meet you.
Yeah, little old me.
You're not little old you. You're more than little old you. Look at you, got a channel now, and you're growing, and you're doing more things than you thought you were going to be doing, aren't you?
Yep. I'm surprised I am where I am because it's like I shouldn't put myself down. It's like who wants to watch me? Like I only do LARP and I do some silly little videos here and there, but I've met a lot of friends on YouTube, and like I said on my pop-up live a lot, I don't have a lot of friends my age. my friends that are my age, one lives 30 minutes away and the other one lives 2 hours away. And for some reason lately, they're not communicating. They're like, I extended my communication. I'm not getting back much. So I was like, ah, I'll spend the time and talk to my friends on YouTube.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. Yeah, my sister did LARPing probably for a good 10 years. And they went like all over the country. They were always making outfits and weapons and going on weekends. And that's what they did with their kids while the kids were growing up, while they got all that good quality time with their kids.
Well, it's time for me to spend with my adult kids, especially my oldest. My youngest doesn't go that often, but my oldest and the one I call my adopted son, they go to most events. My oldest goes to pretty much all the events, and spending time with him because he lives now a half an hour away from me. I don't see him maybe once every few weeks or so if I'm lucky. Now with LARP, I get to see him at least once a month.
Yeah, there you go.
I'd like to meet you.
Yeah, my sister did LARPing, and then me and my kids and some of my nephews and stuff do Renaissance fairs. So it's kind of the same thing.
And we have some friends for the city here that, like, there's a bunch of us, when we got involved with this LARP thing, there's a bunch of us from our city that go to these events. But we were meeting up and having our little practices at the park, or we'd have barbecues together or whatever, and got to know them. And there are a couple that do a lot of crafting and stuff, like leather crafting and metal crafting, and she does a lot of sewing and that. And then they go to a lot of like the Renaissance fairs and stuff like that, or pirate things. And
yeah, it all crosses over, which is neat.
Yep.
You know, chainmail, all the metal crafting, the archery stuff. Yeah.
Chainmail is heavy.
They were making real chainmail, and then they were making practice chainmail, which was more like aluminum. So
okay, Evening Shade. Thanks for coming by, Evening Shade. And I agree, Meg, what you said about Michael Ann. It was so awesome to meet Michael Ann.
I
thought so.
Yeah. So,
I got flattered when the first thing Kenny says is he's coming through the doors of the hotel. Hi, Michael Ann. I'm like, there's all these people around me. Why am I getting centered out?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and
I didn't get out of the taxi, and there was people jumping in the taxi, almost sitting on my lap and grabbing me around the neck, and it's like, oh my God, who's this? It was Sean. Sean had me like in a bear hug. Alana was almost on my lap. There was luggage flying, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm being attacked. I didn't even get out of the wheelchair.
Then poor Meg, once Kenny got through, I went and tackled her and gave her a hug.
Yeah. Coming up at the top of the hour, here in about 12 minutes or 13 minutes, or you ever take, Moonlight Adventures is coming on. Make sure you go over there and put hashtag HH4C, Helping Hands for Cruising.
Paul and Meg have been dropping the playlist. If you click on the playlist, then it'll take you from one to the next.
Yes, there is
that way.
Yeah, just click on the red tag on the playlist. It'll say live, and that'll be the next live that's happening for this cruise-a-thon.
One of the best hugs, Meg. My other favorite hug, and that's on the end of my little intro video, is me and Megan and being a big hug together before we left.
Oh, that was cool. I loved your video. That was awesome. You did a great job putting it together.
I'm getting there. I had to change video editing programs that come with my the Windows 11 thing on my computer. I was like, it's taking some adjustment, but there's a lot more options, even through the free stuff. if I upgrade to the paid version, then there's more options, but get there eventually.
Yeah, sometimes I keep it simple, but there's a lot of editing stuff I want to learn. So Kenny don't know how to edit at all. We got to teach Kenny how to edit.
Well, I've tried to learn here with Scott, but it's still like whoop. Like I don't understand it. So
yes, thanks to Sharon for that photo. Yeah,
you got some really good photos, I tell you.
I know Gloria's Life on Wheels, she usually gets somebody to edit her videos for her, usually.
So for all the people who aren't, aren't subscribed or members or been around our community, and I don't want to say our cruising community because we're more diverse than that. Well, for one, welcome, and for two, see, look at, we're like family. You're not just donating to a charity that's a bunch of hoity-toity board members in stuffed suits. We're real people with real hearts and real caring and affection and want to help the world and want to give people opportunities from the bottom of our heart, or the heart of our bottom, like Sean says, from inside out and upside down. This is us. And we squabble, we fight, we poke fun at each other, but it all boils down to we all love and care. And if we didn't all love and care, then we wouldn't fight like siblings, Yeah. And everybody's welcome. It's not, we don't go, oh, we don't like you, get out of here. Come join us, come hang around with us. Even if you can't donate, come just visit on a live stream. Come find out a little more about us. Maybe you'll think of somebody. You run into somebody who might be deserving of this gift that we're trying to give. And you'll see the heart and soul of us.
Yep. Got really got to know a lot of people through YouTube, and people that I want to nominate, because they give a lot to support us, and they don't they may not have a lot, or they might have something that's keeping them from traveling, but it's been a great community, great bunch of friends from travel. I've got cruising friends, I've got van life friends, I've got a whole diverse, as you said. Anyways,
the genres are bus life, camping life, RV life, cruising life. We got sailors, we have miners, we have railroad people, we have, you name the walk of life. We got one of everything here. We got computer whizzes, we got marine biologists, we have highly educated people, we have businessmen, lawyers, all the way down to disabled people, retired homemakers, people who are recluses, people who can't make friends that easy or don't live in an area where they can make friends that easy. And we all find a common bond. We all find something of value out of this. When we first started traveling Mike's Live, we got a bunch of people at that time because of COVID that were not in a good mental state. Let's put it that way, because we're not allowed to say certain words on YouTube. But not in a good mental state, and having people up 24 hours a day that they could talk to prevented them from taking a drastic step that they, had they had someone to talk to, that wouldn't have happened, or they wouldn't made that step and changed and got the help they needed. Or we offered and we gave the hotline numbers and so this kind of is, it started with the community, it became a charity, and it boiled down to the community and charity together.
So, Kenny, you got some more to say there before we wrap up?
Just want to say thanks for everybody that has donated. All your donations is greatly appreciated. Would love to see this thing really grow and grow and grow and see where it goes in the future, and hope we reach our goal. We're, like I said earlier on, we're trying to reach, for this cruise-a-thon, we're trying to reach 10K.
American.
By the end.
American, yeah.
10K American.
Yep. In 5 minutes, you got Helping Hands for Cruising, Raid 2 Moonlight Adventures. But and like I said, your donations, it can be $1, $5, $10, whatever you feel that you can give. It'll all add up, and it's greatly appreciated. As a matter of fact, if you can't donate right now, you can actually donate. There's a place where you can donate monthly. You can make monthly payments to this. And just share it out, and let everybody know, because the more the more people know about it, the bigger this thing will get.
If you can't donate till the end of the month, you got money coming in, or next month, still go to the website and find the PayPal and donate.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't donate, then just check us out on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. We have links to all of that, usually in the descriptions and along the chat. Come check us out. Take your time, get to know us, and become part of our community.
And if you're not a member of the Helping Hands for Cruising YouTube channel, please go and subscribe. The goal there is to be able to get that over the 1,000 subscribers, so they can start, getting monetized, and all that money will go to Helping Hands for Cruising. So share that out. Get your friends and family all to subscribe, and watch the videos or the lives here and there, so we can help them build that up.
Yeah, guys. And with that being said, you got about 3 minutes. Make sure you put hashtag HH4C, Helping Hands for Cruising, to Moonlight Adventures. And I want to thank all the moderators that has been helping, dropping links. Thanks to everybody who come up on panel. And with that being said, I'll see you guys on the next one.
Thank you,
Bye, guys.